Chargers at the Broncos right now. Chargers are 2.5 to 3 point road favorites over the Denver Broncos. The Broncos sitting here with a total of 48 and a half. In this one, Chargers almost chargered last week against the Steelers, but they hold on for the win. They look much, much better on the offensive side of the ball. Justin Herbert, man, is the Burrow and Herbert, just to do we'll do 20 seconds of sports talk radio. Like Burrow and Herbert have ruined it basically for all these rookie quarterbacks because everybody just expects them to be as good as Burrow and Herbert. And like, that's not how rookie quarterbacks have ever performed basically over the last 30 years in the NFL. And then it's like everything, oh, this guy sucks. And it's like, no, man, it's just those two guys are special. Like nobody has been able to do what those two rookies have been able to do in such a quick matter. But anyway, to get off on top of that. So Herbert looked fantastic again this past week. He actually was the 5th overall graded passer in week 11, according to Pro Football Focus. Then you look at the Broncos. They're coming off of a bye. Doesn't look like actually, it looks like Bradley Chubb might actually be back for them this week. He was activated off IR, has been practicing for them. So there's at least a chance that he gets back out there. Certainly would boost that defensive side of the ball for the Broncos. Steven, 2.5 points. What do we say about the Chargers and Broncos?
I'm going to bet the Chargers here at less than a field goal to cover this. I was really impressed with the Chargers. I've been impressed with them at various points throughout this season, and they've had some duds along the way where they've lost games that they probably should have won. But 7.7 yards per play. I love that they got Mike Williams back involved more. On paper, this is the number 3 DVOA offense against the number 26 Denver defense in that category, and the Denver D is 29th and 28th in pass rush and run stop win rates. So it's a great matchup for this Chargers offense, and we're getting less than a field goal here. When Denver has the ball, I mean, I was completely unimpressed with the effort they had against the Philadelphia Eagles. They looked indifferent. This is a mediocre offense in every way against a top 10 pass defense, and they're going to have to run the ball at an extremely high rate against one of the worst run defenses. But this is still a Denver offense that ranks just middle of the pack in rush DVOA and run block win rate. So I'm curious what your guys' opinion of this is. I think just by the nature of Brandon Staley being aggressive on third and maybe more importantly, 4th downs, it's going to lead to some week-to-week high variance where they might not get a 4th down and let the Steelers back in a game, but they should be scoring points here. And at less than a field goal, I think that's pretty juicy. And I'd even be willing to pay a little bit steeper price than minus 110 to make sure I get the 2.5 instead of the 3.
Yeah, Brad, I don't know what I kind of lean to the over here. There are 47.5s available, so you can get the over of 40, only need 48 points in this game. I think the Chargers definitely score. You're still got a pretty beat up Broncos defense, even if they do get Chubb back. And then we know that this Chargers defense is certainly kind of the one that you can put up some points against. And I think the Broncos are not good by any stretch of the imagination, but I think that they're all right. And I certainly think that they could put up at least their share here to maybe get it to the over. I don't really love the side one way or the other here. How are you betting this one, or at least how are you leaning?
Yeah, no bet for me yet. It's quite hard. They feel a bit like two amorphous teams without much of an identity to me. I would say the one interesting note is that the Chargers have faced the second hardest schedule in the NFL per Football Outsiders, whereas the Broncos have had the 29th hardest. So, whatever your conception of these two teams is probably further apart than you think it is. So we'd definitely lean to Chargers based on that, but I haven't got a good feel for this one.